Janice from Advantage Aromatherapy here. So this is my third video of January. And the third video of the month is always going to be about health and well-being. So today I'd like to review a book. If you're into self-development, self-help, this may be of interest to you. So the book I'd like to review is Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. Overview, I really liked it. Some self-help books, they can go on a bit, you know. Some love to use fancy terminology and language. I like this book because it's very straightforward and simple. It's actually really reminding you of things that probably deep down you know, but just need reminding of. So the idea is, as you can tell by the title, Eat That Frog, is that your frog is your biggest, most important task of the day. It's the one that you really don't fancy doing, but you know you need to do. You know that task. You will kind of think, oh, something else has come up and that's quite important. And you'll want to sweep it under the carpet, but you really know deep down that you need to do it. So that's your frog, a great big frog, and it's the hardest, horriblest task, but you know you need to do it. I also like that the author says if you have two big frogs, choose the ugliest. Eat that one first. So I think that's great, you know. If you have to, if you've got to, you know, eat the ugliest first. And don't sit and look at it, you know. Don't sit and look at it. Just get on and do it, you know. Don't think too much about it. How many times have you had a task and you've kind of procrastinated and you've, it's almost, the longer you give it, the bigger and uglier it seems, you know, the worse it seems. Just get on and eat that ugly frog, because you know that it's what you should do. There's a few things brought up in the book, things that I just love. Like the worst use of time is to make a good job of something that doesn't need to be done at all. I have done that. I have done that so many times. I've made a really good job of something that really, in the big scheme of things, maybe it just wasn't really that important. Have you done that? I like how they say, you know, plan it on paper, you know, the days, the weeks, the months. Write it down, plan it out, really think about it. I mean, don't spend a year doing this, but you know, when you do it, really concentrate and focus. I read somewhere else recently that when you write something down, you're like 1,000% more likely to achieve what you've written down. So I think there is something to do with writing things down. It just helps to fix it in your mind. Resist temptation to clear up small things first. Again, I do this all the time. You know, oh, I tell you what, I'll just do these few wee things and then all I need to do is concentrate on the big ugly frog. Don't do it. Just get straight into that big ugly frog first and then do all the other little things that you want to do. Long-term thinking improves short-term decision making. Absolutely. This is back to planning again. You know, if you're looking ahead at the big picture and where you want to be, those thoughts and ideas are going to influence the small choices that you make today. And I think that's a great thing to be reminded about. You know, I love in this book when it says that there's never enough time to do everything, which is so true, but there's always enough time to do the most important thing. And that's true. Only engage and the mind grows heated. Begin and the work gets completed. I think that's brilliant. That's like another phrase I've heard, where focus goes, energy flows. You know, it's like, get started on the thing. Once you get started, you know that that can snowball. It's a bit like housework. You never really want to get started, but often once you do, that's you're on a roll. They talk about the, Brian talks about the ABCDE method. A, for tasks that must get done. B, for tasks that are pretty important and you should get done. C is for tasks that, you know, if you can do, you'd like to do. D is for tasks that you can maybe delegate, and E is for tasks that you can eliminate. By the yard it's hard, but inch by inch it's a cinch. So, you know, if it is a huge massive frog, just take one bite at a time, you know. And so this is just talking about just break big goals down into small ones and just take one action step after the other, and you will get there. Talk to yourself positively. Again, every self-help book has this. Every one of them. You know, it's the little voice in your head that's saying, oh, you'll never be able to do that today. Oh, you can't do that. You're not able to do it. Constantly your brain just wants to seek comfort and is scared of the unknown, scared of the new. You know, give yourself positive affirmations. I can do this. I can do it. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do it now. You know, be kind to yourself. Give yourself some encouragement and support. Don't let your brain, you know, con you and cheat you into not achieving what you're capable of. Resolve to make progress rather than excuses. That could be me. Sometimes we're too busy, we're too quick with the excuses, you know, and we should really be in there, you know, resolving just to get on and do it. This author argues that their people are not actually multitasking, but they are task shifting. I do actually think that's quite good, because really when you're on a task you should be 100% focused on it. I'm going quite quick because I don't want this video to take too long, but another important thing they talk about is not having interruptions while you're working, you know. So don't be checking your emails, your Facebook and all this first thing. No. Set yourself a time to work. Brian recommends 90 minutes. Give yourself a good 90 minutes and focus. Have a 15-minute break. Do another 90 minutes focus. You can get 3 hours of really good work done, the best of yourself in the morning. And then have a wee check at your emails, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and then have a wee check at your Facebook page, and that can be kind of like your reward, but get that work done first. So refuse to be a slave to the bells and whistles that distract you. So the whole idea of the book is that success is more likely and faster when you develop the habit of starting on your most important task. So I liked the book. I would recommend it. I would recommend it for everybody. I would recommend it for people at school, you know, who've got exams coming up, for students in college. It's really good, easy to read, enjoyable to read book, and I would rate it a 3 or a 4 out of 5. Yeah, that would be my star rating. Okay, let's say a 3.5 out of 5. So if you've read this book, if you would like to comment below, let me know what you thought of it. I'd love to hear your comments. You know, you can join me on Facebook, you can join me on my blog, you can, you know, I'm on Twitter as well, sometimes. Anyway, nice to see you again, and look forward to reading your comments, and until I see you again, improve your health and well-being. Bye-bye!